Here are 6 seemingly healthy foods I stopped eating and why they may not be as good for your mood, energy, or weight loss goals as you think. Those foods, unfortunately, have some dark sides that you probably haven't heard of. And I'm talking here about the impact of those foods on your gut, hormones, and your thyroid. All super important for your physical and mental well-being. So the first food, spinach. Spinach is often known as superfood and go-to green for healthy smoothies. The truth is, spinach is actually not that healthy and can actually do more harm than good, especially if you eat it raw. So what's the problem? Spinach is high in goitrogens and oxalates. Goitrogens interfere with iodine absorption, an essential mineral for your healthy thyroid function. Thyroid is a bit like CEO of your body. It controls pretty much everything, what's going on in your body. Digestion, energy production, mood, detox, hormonal balance, and even your metabolism. A sluggish thyroid can also leave you feeling tired, bloated, and also fat if it's not functioning well. And if you're new to my channel, let me actually show you my health pyramid and why I'm focusing so much on thyroid and gut. Basically, your physical and mental health depends on hormonal balance. Hormonal balance is dependent on your gut, liver, and thyroid. Basically, I always try to choose foods to maximize the benefits and minimize the damage and optimize of all the pillars of health. So let's get back to spinach. Oxalates are another compound known as anti-nutrients that are really high in spinach. Oxalates can irritate your gut and steal some of the minerals like zinc, iron, and calcium. There is also some good news. Boiling spinach or cooking it can help you reduce those goitrogens and oxalates. However, personally, if I have limited amount of food I can eat in a day, I try to choose the foods I can get the most of it. So if not spinach, what are the healthier alternatives? If it comes to your gut and hormones, I personally love use broccoli sprouts as my go-to green. Then the next one, which can surprise you, is collagen. Maybe it's not a food per se, but a common supplement. Collagen supplements, powders are everywhere now, promising glowing skin and strong joints. But here is the truth. Taking collagen supplements doesn't directly increase your collagen levels. When you consume collagen, your body breaks it down into single amino acids, and to actually produce collagen, your body needs cofactors like vitamin C, for example. Without this, taking collagen supplements is like trying to build a house without the right tools and the bricks. But that's not the main reason why I actually stopped taking collagen supplements. The main reason is the fact that collagen can also trigger histamine release. I was trying to heal my gut, and that's why I started to add collagen powder to my shakes. But here is what happened. I started getting more bloated and got this weird itchiness on my scalp. That time it didn't make sense to me, but now I know that the histamine is not only about allergies, there is more to that. Excess histamine can actually increase your estrogen levels, and with excess estrogen, you may experience a range of hormone imbalance symptoms like PMS, painful periods, or irritability, or even anxiety, especially if your estrogen is high in relation to your progesterone, as progesterone helps you stabilize histamine release and mast cells activation. Moreover, excess histamine can make you feel tired and also sets your gut on fire. And of course, the effect will depend on your body's ability to break down histamine, your progesterone level, and overall stress. So what I personally prefer now is making sure I get enough vitamin C and enough protein, so my body can make its own collagen. The third one, protein bars. They may seem like perfect healthy snack, but actually when you read the label, you will see they're packed with artificial sweeteners, sugar alcohols, fillers, and a bunch of other additives, sometimes even artificial vitamins and minerals. And honestly, that's 99% of the protein bars on the market. So all the unnecessary stuff in the proteins bar can disrupt your gut, leaving you bloated and actually craving more sugar. That's the effect of the sweeteners like seemingly guilt-free sweeteners. So what I do instead, if I need extra protein, I go for a clean, unflavored whey isolate protein with at least 90% protein content. And if I need that extra sweetness, I either use honey or fruits. It's that way I'm also getting other health nutritional benefits apart from consuming sugar. And that brings me to point 4. No added sugar products. No sugar products, or light as this called, which probably you already know it's not that healthy, but even the healthy brand that label products as no sugar, they are actually not that healthy. And I'm talking here again about your health and also weight loss if it comes to like sweeteners. Here is the reality. These no sugar products often replace sugar with either artificial sweeteners or sugar alcohols, which according to the law, they are not classified as sugar. So the brands can label the product as a sugar-free and use sugar alcohols like erythritol or malitol instead. And for those who want to lose weight or fat, honestly, there is no such a thing as guilt-free sugar or like sugar replacement. Most sugar alcohols and sweeteners have less calories, but they come at the cost of your gut and inflammation. For example, the research showed that erythritol, which again is considered as a healthy sugar replacement, increases gut inflammation. And over time, it can really mess up with your gut microbiome and slow your metabolism, increase sugar cravings, and make your weight loss or fat loss way more difficult. Moreover, with poor gut health, you may also experience brain fog, feel more irritable, and at higher risk of hormone imbalance. And thyroid, remember, the CEO of your health. So honestly, I avoid all zero sugar products where possible, and instead I use those natural options like honey or fruits. That way I can get something sweet without compromising my health. And of course, you can also have too much of naturally occurring sugars, so try to keep it below 50-60 grams of all sugars a day. Next one, salmon. Apart from omega-3s, salmon is loaded with mercury, antibiotics, and artificial colorants that make it look pink. Unfortunately, most of the salmon you see in the supermarkets are farmed. Even Norwegian, Atlantic, or Scottish salmon are actually farmed, unless it's labeled as a wild caught. And mercury is heavy metal. Heavy metals are #1 enemies of your thyroid, hormones, and also your metabolism. For omega-3s, I prefer to choose cold press oils, standardized supplements, or chia and hemp seeds if it comes to food sources. You may also want to consider to get your omega-3/6 tested, so you can get idea if you get enough just from food, and if you should consider omega-3 supplements, and which one are you actually lacking, EPA, ALA, or DHA. And the last one, black beans. The main reason for black beans being on my no list is high lectin concentration. Lectins can irritate your gut lining and also cause bloating. Over time, it can even lead to leaky gut. And that's where usually more and more health symptoms start to appear. And I know lectins can be a bit controversial because they are present pretty much in most of the plants. So does it mean should you not eat plants at all? Definitely not. But what I'm saying here is focus on excluding or like reducing the foods that are like really high in lectin and eat those foods that are like lower in lectins. Ultimately, it's all about balance. Black beans and even chickpeas, unfortunately, are on the higher end of the lectin concentration. If you have it once in a while, of course, it's not a big deal. But if beans and legumes, that's something you eat on a regular basis, I would definitely reconsider it. Alternatively, what you can do is soaking them overnight or pressure cook, because that helps to reduce the lectin's content and also make it easier to digest. Personally, I stopped eating beans and legumes on a regular basis. I don't mind having hummus once in a while, but not every day anymore. The lower lectin alternatives from the beans and legumes family are white beans or green broad beans you can consider.